And today we are going to start Justice for All, Phoenix Wright #2. And I'm personally very excited about this. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. There we go. I have to do new game, I think, because I'm playing a different game in quotations. The Lost Turnabout. All right. Episode 1. I'm really excited to get back to Phoenix Wright. Actually, I'm so excited I forgot to get water, so I will be back in just a second because I need water for this game. Because if I'm gonna do Phoenix's voice, I need something to fix the rasp. Cause it's rough, man. It'll just be like 30. I'm literally gonna just walk into the next room. And you may ask me, Toby, couldn't you have done that while the song was playing? Because, you know, that's why you literally have the song playing, so that you can get things ready, like, before the stream. Like, to do your last minute checklist. I say, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Okay. Gotta get situated. Oh boy, that sounds fun. Well, let's do this. I also love all the music in these games, so it's fun to listen to those more. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh no. Oh, the art's really good.
I cannot allow you to go on like this.
But I'm just a simple defense attorney.
Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. But I'm thinking about changing his voice to be more, Sean Connery.
But I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah. Yes, if it works, I'll buy a dozen. Trebek.
I like his... Oh no. Oh, he's so sad. What a nightmare. And I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. Oh no! Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but... It's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney. Look at this motherfucker. Oh no. Yeah, I've been nothing personneled. Maybe? Ouch, my head, it's throbbing. Why does it feel so foggy in there? Good morning! Good morning. What's wrong? You don't look well. People are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit? Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts. Roger that. Am I in trouble or something? Huh? Trouble? Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong. What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble. What? I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Life in my hands? You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty. Not guilty? Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all the other lawyers had laughed me off. Leave it to me, you said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day. And just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me, ever. What is this girl babbling about? Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and... What's wrong? You've been acting really strange, and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir. Oh, sorry. I'm afraid to ask, but here it goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How could you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? You're absolutely horrible. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this. No, it's just, well, I think you have the wrong person. Yes, who am I? Why am I drawing a blank? Oh no, he's got movie amnesia. How embarrassing.
The trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer please proceed to the courtroom immediately?
The trial's about to start. I'm counting on you in there. Okay? Yeah, he should really be in the hospital. I guess I must have amnesia. Let's see. What can I piece together? From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. And that girl, I said I'd prove her not guilty. I can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. Someone please, tell me this is just a bad dream. Why do I get the feeling this is one dream I won't be waking up from? What? I like how there's all these like officers and stuff, but no one saw him get whacked. It's very rude. It's very sad. Oh, look at her. There she is.
Yes, court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Yes, what is it, Mr. Wright?
Are you talking to me?
Do you see any other defense attorneys here?
I guess not.
Now then, are you ready?
No. What if I said no? Would that be alright?
Of course it wouldn't.
Then why bother asking to begin with? Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory is kind of...
The court will not hear the defense's excuses. Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, Trebek, draw your motherfucking horse.
I'm trying to get...
Yes. I believe I have told you this before. I hope if not telling me you've forgotten.
It's been a long time since I've seen The Last Crusade. Or The Highlander, for that matter. So I'm doing my best.
I scrutinized your mother, Trebek.
There you go. And I'm not going to show the other half of this trying. That's the maybe the funniest SNL skit. And SNL has had a lot of funny stuff, you know, a while back.
But, if it works, I'll buy a dozen. You're sitting on a gold mine, Trebek.
Like, it's the best. Also, the fact that Bane sounds exactly like that guy, but with his hand over his mouth, is hilarious. And it totally enhances Bane posting for me.
Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer.
Yes, the fire rises, Trebek.
Like, come on. A policeman? Yeah, you did what to a policeman? It wasn't me. And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that.
In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant. I'm the Grand Nagus.
Mr. Payne, please, call your first witness.
It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've learned since last time. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie.
Okay. And who are you again?
The prosecution calls Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand.
Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Hey, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the I don't know how. I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down at the precinct, sir. Yeah, that's a little more gruff cop voice.
You don't look very well, Detective.
Well, sorry, the defendant, she works under me, so you know. You work under that detective? Yes, sir. And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I'll never forget what he's done for me. Okay, calm down. I believe you.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters, Expose Park. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Pritz. He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck.
The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday.
Ah, yes, this autopsy report, correct?
Why do I not remember getting a copy?
I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented.
Yeah, the victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirmed the time of death.
If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph.
Very well. The court accepts it into evidence.
Crime photo 1.
Now then, I recall that yesterday's preliminary hearing, a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention.
Yes, Your Honor.
This accent is all over the place. It's gonna take me a minute to really get into the groove. Yes, I guess.
Mr. Wright is your head on right today. There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body.
Was there? Have you lost your mind? Well, actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second. What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. All right, sir, I'll help you through this. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at your court record. Court record? Yup, info about evidence and people involved with the case are all listed there, sir. You can look at the court record by pressing tab. Like right now, like my badge, my phone, the autopsy report, some glasses, The crime photo. Let's look at it. There it is. He's got one finger out. I'm sure that will be important for no reason. Oh, look, the clock. That's the important thing, is that clock up there. And I've even got my dead wife. Fuck. Tab, huh? You really know what you're talking about, don't you? It's too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think, I could totally be a legal aid instead.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
quarter's in session. Save a chit-chat for later.
Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I guess I'd better check the court record and see what I can find. What was it again? Tab?
All right, Mr. Wright. Let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body?
The glasses. And that's simple, Your Honor. A broken pair of glasses.
That's right.
The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir, and held on to him as he fell. Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? Those glasses you're wearing. Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses they found at the scene of the crime are not mine. I swear, sir. You sure about that? Look, it was a coincidence that on the same day, I accidentally stepped on mine. A coincidence, she says.
Your Honor, I have further evidence to present.
Oh, you have more.
And this evidence is very decisive.
Very well. Let's hear from our witness about this evidence.
Decisive evidence. There's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. What? That's fucking stupid! That's so terrible! His neck broke on impact, but he could take the time to write this beautiful, like, fucking perfect handwriting. Everyone always writes each other's names and stuff in these games. It's so terrible. I love it. I love this bad video game. I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's not hard to say she's the culprit.
This is a picture of the writing, Your Honor.
Why, this is... Yes, I can see her name is clearly written in here.
The prosecution would like to submit this picture.
Understood. The court accepts it into evidence.
Crime photo 2 added to the court record. As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. Sorry, I just started reading. The victim even wrote your name clear as day on the ground. But, I already told you those glasses aren't mine. Let's look. Broken neck. Okay, so that's all we have. Body was also covered in bruises. You die, like, immediately from a broken neck, though. That's so terrible. And how do you explain his dying message? It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine? This is it. I'm counting on you. Sure, but what am I supposed to do? What? This isn't like you at all. Normally, this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces. Get in their faces and do what? I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm gonna lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court, which means they lie from time to time. Lie? But isn't that detective your superior? Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong.
Like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's bad for us, sir. That's why, when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing.
Yeah, that could have just as easily been the title of this game, Trial by Fire. Like, of any given Phoenix Wright game.
As long as I can expose the lies, we should be all right.
Okay.
There's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client? The lenses are for nearsightedness, and are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kind of like the ones she's wearing in her ID, pal. What should I do now? Hold it. Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this. Do you have more definitive proof? Is there something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses? The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else. So, what you are saying, detective, is that you have nothing that proves these glasses are my client's. Something like that. What?
I see. So there is no proof.
Wow, that was amazing! I could totally feel it, down in my gut.
During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area. Now, you're sure he was pushed, and that's how he fell? Yeah, pal. If you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else.
Please, continue with your testimony, detective.
Anyway, the victim fell pretty far. But he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. The culprit's name? Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't want to believe it, but... Was the name that of my client? I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name. Maggie, sir. Are you absolutely certain? Sorry, pal, but that's what it said. This is a picture of it. No matter which way you look, it still says Maggie. He's got a point.
Hey, hold on!
Huh?
Don't me. I know the picture says Maggie, but...
Now that she mentioned it, something does feel kind of off about this picture.
That's how you know you found a contradiction. Now hurry up and present some evidence.
So that's what spotting a contradiction feels like. I'd better check the court record again. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's not hard to say she was the culprit. And you are certain that it was the victim who wrote the name on the ground? There were scratches on his fingers from the rough sand, and there were grains of sand stuck under his pointer fingernail.
It certainly seems like the name was written by the victim himself.
That didn't go well. If the writer really was the victim himself, then we're in a lot of trouble.
Don't give up. Keep that fighting spirit going.
I'm glad you're all pumped up, but...
I really want to see your special moves, sir.
My what?
You always look so cool when you present evidence.
Present evidence?
Let's just do this for the dialogue. I understand what presenting evidence is, because objection is clearly his special move. But I want to see what they have to say. Oh wait, shit. Actually, I didn't. God damn it. I'm so stupid. I pressed down and then I pressed up and forgot that I pressed up because I was looking away. Because I have no brain cells in my brain. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, baby.
I heard that lately you can present not only evidence, but people's profiles as well. It sure makes things a bit more complicated, so please be careful, sir.
People's profiles, huh? All right, let's give this another try.
Okay, let's just look. Let's look. So, profiles. Maggie, why is it spelled like that? Dustin Prince, the victim and policeman.
Winston Payne.
He looks like he literally looks like the insurance guy from The Incredibles. We got it. Bob. What does he say? I can't even think of any lines he says. He's just like he just yaps at poor Mr. Incredible. Bob Parr.
What is it?
What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out objection. And I yelled it at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. What a rush. Detective Gumshoe. You talking to me, pal? Please state the defendant's name for me.
What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright?
You know what I'm saying, Bob? Helping people is not our job, or whatever he says. That woman's being robbed. Well, hopefully we don't cover her.
You'll see, this is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please.
Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's name is Maggie Bird.
I think someone needs to check the court record.
What? It says right here that it's Maggie Bird. Nah!
It looks like the bird caught the cat napping.
What's going on here?
I have no idea either, sir. As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggie. M-A-G-G-E-Y. This is a blatant contradiction of facts.
Ah!
How about that? I hadn't even noticed.
But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly.
May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name.
No!
This is very true, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you absolutely certain that the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince, were in fact lovers?
Yes, I am quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify for the court. The relationship between the victim and the defendant.
Yes, sir. Officer Prince and Officer Bird had been going out for about half a year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Officer Bird, had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she had bought over 2 months ago. I should know, because she came to me to ask what she should get for him.
Bah, those two sound like they were close.
Nevertheless, tragedy struck.
Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. Yes, Mr. Wright. The fire rises. For you.
Officer Prince and Officer Bird, about a year. How do you know about this? Every year in March, we have a training camp for us cops. Officer Bird was a rookie at the time, and she and Officer Prince seemed to hit it off. They got close, I take it. Actually, I was supposed to go too, but I couldn't pay the deposit for the trip, so I didn't. If only I had gone on that trip.
Bash, what is it?
Oh, nothing, sir. Really. Anyway. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. Marriage? But wasn't the victim 8 years older than her? What? You saying the guy's gotta marry someone the same age as himself, pal? No, that's not what I meant at all.
Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know?
I think this fella has a ways to go before marriage. Mind your own business, pal.
I got an achievement for mind your own business, pal. Oh boy. It just happened to be the victim's birthday.
The day of the incident? You mean September 6th? Yeah. The victim, Officer Prince, had just gotten off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit.
Bash, I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time.
That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. Got him a present. You seem to know a lot about the defendant.
Well, that's because, I'm a boss. We gotta watch out for my subordinates.
But even what she was going to give as a present? Isn't that going a bit too far? Isn't that awfully forward, knowing anything about another person?
Hey, pal, watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me.
If someone so much as scratches their, I really don't need to know that much.
Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness.
I bet you even know her first name, too. Calling her in public by her first name. I can't believe you. You're basically married.
Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant, that should not be the point of discussion at this time.
Whoa, wait a second. Why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty. Guilty. I should have you arrested. I think the good detective is about done here. Over 2 months ago? Yup, she's a very considerate woman, pal. So, what was this birthday present? She got him a glove.
A single glove? Why would she only give him one?
Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove.
I see. A baseball glove.
Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan. A baseball glove, huh? Just now, I believe you said the present was something she had bought over 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Are you saying she bought the glove at a store that far in advance? No, nothing like that, pal. Well, then what is it like?
She ordered it. It was custom made.
Custom made? The glove was custom made? Yup, that's what I said.
So, the glove was custom made.
Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to the case.
Yes, it would seem that there is little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to this case?
I don't know where this will lead me, but of course it is. Of course it's relevant. That glove is the key to this whole case.
Yes, bluffing to the max. Now this is the Mr. Right I know. I'm so happy you're back, sir. I was wondering how long it'd take. This is great.
Pressing people. It feels like I've done this before. As if I used to do this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people.
Very well, if you are that convinced. Let's hear some more about the matter.
Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And?
Well, why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry in, show the court the glove. Where?
He just sounds like he's yawning all the time now. Oh boy.
Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
It's bananas. It's a bananas. Why does it look like that? Why does it look like bananas? Okay.
Anyway, this is it, sir.
It's, rather yellow, isn't it?
Baseball glove. Okay, it was clearly custom made.
Officer Prince really liked the color yellow.
And that's why you had to special order it?
Yup, that's right. That and one other reason.
Well, what the... Okay, I guess we don't need to know that.
But I think the court has had enough. It's clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other. Trebek. Bah.
I'm gonna have to watch that skit and I'm gonna have to watch the skit again and watch him in like the Highlander to get this voice down. Cause I like the voice, but it's not coming together. And not in the way I want.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Trebek. Trebek. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim?
I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground.
Yes, sir. We first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. We found that there was a sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with its right hand.
Oh boy, right-handed thing.
Yes, a perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I love his face. It's great.
But can you really determine handwriting based on a sample written in sand? Meh, this is why amateurs are amateurs. We're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Scientific investigation in this country is actually pretty good.
Well, I believe it's time to get back to the legal point.
Agreed, Your Honor. So, what was the result of the investigation?
We couldn't confirm it was the victim's handwriting.
So in the end, you couldn't confirm it? Hey, don't you look down on us. I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation.
I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
Nor I.
I never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir.
Okay, so I made it up. Anyways.
Check the victim's pointer finger.
His pointer finger. You know, the one you're always pointing and waving in people's faces. Don't tell me it bothers you.
Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal.
In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct?
Yeah, we figured there should be something on his finger if he had been writing in the sand.
And the results.
Ah,
Sand under his fingernail.
and what does that prove?
Well, it proves that he did write that name with his own finger.
Yes,
Which explains why there was sand stuck under his nail.
My tongue feels funny from doing these voices.
I guess he's right.
And there's more.
No, they're coming together. I'm doing it. I'm putting my tongue at the top of my mouth too much.
There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote the name with his right hand.
Okay, so
Scratches on his skin?
Yup, you can't see them with your naked eye, but they're there. That is incredible. Sure is. That's the power of scientific investigation. They're so small we had to use magnifying glass, like a really strong one. Yeah, it's got all that, scientific sounding name.
You mean a microscope?
Yeah, that's it. We used one of those, and that's how we found them.
I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is.
confirm it. We blah 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 his right hand.
Are you absolutely sure?
I believe in the power of science.
I wonder if my evidence is solid enough to counter with. Listening to this, you would think there was only one conclusion, that the name was definitely written by the victim.
But don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Dustin really wrote that message with his right hand, do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present?
The present? What about it?
Dun dun. Okay, let's look at it. Let's get to the right hand, because of course that's gonna be the thing, right? That's a right-handed glove. But I guess you throw with your left hand. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this.
That's the glove, right?
Could you tell the court what is special about this glove?
What's special? I never really thought about it, but it's really yellow. And that's about it.
Yes, it's really yellow. But that is only one of its qualities.
Huh?
There's another reason why it's special.
And what would that be?
It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person.
Left-handed? Why, you're absolutely right. This glove is made to be worn on the right hand.
That is why it had to be custom made. I've never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale, have you?
I'm mixing up voices. It's not like Danganronpa where two people mostly just talk to each other and one of them is my normal voice. America's greatest pastime. Well, I mean, Japan likes baseball too. That's completely. But yeah, it's clear we're still in America. In California, I think it is. Like, supposedly. Like, theoretically. I can't remember, though.
Well, no.
So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again?
Which hand did I got? It doesn't. Let me see if I can. No, I wanted to scroll the text faster. It's so upsetting. Because it's hard to get the inflection without the whole thing there first. And I just want to read it as it comes because it comes so slow. But then if I want to skip it, or if I want to get it all out on the thing, like I have to press enter, but then I'm pressing enter again. And I might accidentally skip stuff, and I don't want to do that either. It's a fucking situation.
Look, it's obvious from this picture that what it was is, well, wait a second.
Don't forget that the victim was left-handed.
Ah!
Object.
Overruled, Mr. Wright. I would like you to know what, your line of questioning proves.
There's only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim.
Order! Yes, then. Why, when you think about it that way, then yes. It is not possible that this name was written by the detective, by the victim himself.
Then that means Maggie is...
No, it's not possible.
Mr. Payne,
Yes, Your Honor.
the evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent.
All right, you did it, Mr. Wright. Whew, I feel like I can breathe again.
Well, it seems that we have reached the conclusion. You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright.
Me, Your Honor? Well, thank you, sir.
See? You got complimented by the judge again. You're really good. And that's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir.
Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire.
Well, that was great. We didn't even have to prove it was somebody else. We just proved beyond reasonable doubt. Which we shouldn't have to do anyway, but you know. At least we didn't have to fucking find someone else guilty.
The court finds the defendant, Maggie.
No, not yet. I mean, please, give me a few more minutes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne?
The prosecution is not finished yet.
What do you mean?
We would like to call our next witness to the stand. What?
Ah, here we go.
And what did this witness?
The moment the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit.
What the heck?
Order in the court. I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we'll hear from this new witness. Well, he's just becoming
Like before. It was already pretty Sean Connery adjacent anyway.
I had a feeling that was a bit too easy.
Yeah, me too, Phoenix. I was shocked that the court proceedings were real court proceedings, or at least even adjacent to them.
I need more information. I'll have to see what I can find out during this recess. I can't let my guard down. It's only gonna get tougher from here.
Court is adjourned for recess. Trebek.
Well, that was at least something. Begone, save data. September 8th. Okay.
Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you.
Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need.
No, I think I'll pass on this one.
Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems.
Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things?
Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name, and then I can tell you about me.
No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name.
This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help.
Huh? And this is a business card?
I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay?
Okay. There are some numbers written on the back.
Oh, that's your cell phone number.
Phoenix's business card.
I guess for now we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case.
This case?
Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know?
What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but...
Cell phone?
Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir.
Well, hurry up then and tell me. This might be very important.
Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone, while on a walk with Dustin. I love her blue badger thing. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggie.
Well, that's Phoenix's ringtone? Yeah, that's me. That's Phoenix. Okay, I was just trying to make sure, since it was question marks, for no reason.
We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. And Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did.
Okay, so it wasn't me. That ringtone... Oh, no, that phone wasn't mine then.
So, where is the phone you found now?
I gave it to you yesterday.
Huh? To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? You mean this?
Do you think it has anything to do with the murder?
I don't really know. But if my eyes lit up...
Oh no, shouting.
You're so mean. I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And then when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left.
Nah, now who in the heck is this? Let me guess, I'm supposed to know this girl too.
Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh? And what if I said everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra decisive super important evidence. Here you are, Nick, the thing you wanted me to bring.
Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this? A list? It has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it.
It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good.
No good, as in...
There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group.
Names list added to the court record. Okay. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this?
Don't look at me.
And where did you get this list from in the first place?
What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found.
So that's where they're from.
You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is...
Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately.
Oh, oops. I guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck.
I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not gonna lose this. I can't.
Come on, Nick. Better get a move on.
Yeah.
All right, she's back. The way she was talking, it sounded like she was gonna be like, oh yeah, bye, like, you have to go. But she's in the courtroom now, so we're good.
Court will now reconvene. Please, call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne, the fire.
But before I do, if I may say a few words.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that the court might be a little lenient on...
There is no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder.
Oh, look at this son of a bitch.
Please state your name for the court, witness.
Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something.
Huh? Oh, alright, go ahead.
Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk.
Did I?
But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose color blah blah blah. Evil is death, top grade quality, unbeatable university, walk.
Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on.
What is he? A human chatterbox?
I have to question him.
Look at him. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply.
Glasses?
But you aren't wearing glasses.
He's not wearing glasses. Really makes you think. Really causes one to ponder.
Yes, that's enough. Your name, witness.
Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down. I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. I want to go home. One second. I'm just noticing something very strange. Is that... Yeah, okay. I think somehow my overlay got... Let me just center this real fast. Just center it. Transform... Center on screen. Yeah, there we go. I think it was... Yeah, okay, we're good now. We're good now. I fixed it. There was just a slight pixel disruption, probably from when I was moving things around, like getting the new little Justice for All thing in there. I'm sure no one else noticed it but me, but I was like, ooh, ew.
Oh, man.
I forgive you. All right, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso, with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit.
Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were taking strolling through the park, correct?
It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy, out on a walk with Mummy. If you...
Anyway, please testify to the court what you saw during your walk through the park.
See, you said it again, taking a walk. You know you...
What you witness will do, Mr. Wellington.
What I saw that day. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the bandana that fell with the police... banana? The banana that fell with the police officer.
That was certainly a decisive testimony.
Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said?
Yeah, speaking of bananas.
Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm?
It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client.
You mean Maggie?
Yes, and if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying.
You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright.
I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. All right. Well, let's take a look at the time. Oh, look at the time. 6:28. Okay, that lines up. Just wanted to make sure. Look at bananas. Why is it bananas? Anyway. So you were at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time. That was very rude of you, but then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. No-name trashy? Now, this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the future of this country. That arrogant little snot. So yeah, this is a child. This is an 18-year-old. Past 6 p.m. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? Do you think you can discredit me like that? You're just a third-rate, biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. Banana, banana, how did you know?
Answer the question. How did you know what time it was?
This shit's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. That song rules, by the way. I heard it recently for some reason. It was like, oh yeah, this still fucking rocks. I can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing they call a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture of the crime scene.
Oh, so it is.
I looked at that clock, and that's exactly how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole concept, blah 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 blah, first-class person to live by, cheated by time, where did I watch? What a ridiculous notion, people live freely without constraints, that's what I should be.
And yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time.
In any case, your hair is also a banana. Why banana? Why must banana?
And how did you know he was a police officer?
You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance, I can tell just what kind of occupation he held. What shoddy do-it-yourself, blah blah blah. Low quality shoes. Oh, and I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform.
Shouldn't that statement have come first?
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do?
Even I haven't figured that out yet.
No, Nick, it's obvious what she does. That's the joke. Nick, clearly this man possesses deductive powers that Phoenix Wright does not, because he can identify uniforms that people wear, which apparently Phoenix has lost the ability to do. Looked up, and the charming young lady.
James.
Are you sure you got a good look at her face?
Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have two of them. Yes, even you.
I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face?
That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning.
Mr. Stain, Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court.
Then please don't make me have to raise my voice.
Are you finished? I'd like to continue, if that's all right with you. And make it double. A sweet, pretty defendant face, defendant.
You're sure you are not mistaken?
Please, don't confuse me. You're I'm what you call a famous brand name product, while you are only a cheap imitation. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake.
Of course, of course. Of course.
Did you notice anything else of interest, witness?
The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer.
Excuse me? The banana?
Well, it was actually more than just one, more like a bunch of bananas.
Now, what would a bunch of bananas be doing there?
And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw.
That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else? If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think. If my client is innocent, there's no way he could have seen what he says he did. Which means if we can somehow show he's lying... Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is. Is everything okay, Nick?
Oh, banana. Ooh, banana. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Oh shit, I went too far.
Just skip to the end. Just let me cycle backwards. Let me press left and go backwards to the...
Hey, are you stupid? Are you sure you have eyes? Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here.
Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? It's because it's his glasses, I see. But don't you think you can use this as a way... But don't you think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me?
And that's where you'd be wrong.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Huh? What? A baseball glove?
Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite?
That's not... no!
Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness knows nothing about baseball, loves bananas, has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes?
Huh? How? What? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden?
Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, I don't think so. Objection overruled.
You're one of those people. Yes, I know what you mean. You know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to accept Galileo. You two realize the possibilities. Sure, in the end, we'll have to figure out the fact of glove of banana.
And that is why I asked you how bad your eyesight is.
They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right?
Yes, well, why are you not wearing your glasses today then?
That's because I lost them recently, you see? Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them...
How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then?
God!
How about it, witness?
You are an unrelenting, evil man. You're like those people who rejected Joan of Arc, the courageous, young, horrible, unrighteous people who didn't do anything wrong, just gruesomely burned.
Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness.
But the height difference was only 9 feet. it was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path.
Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, please continue with your testimony.
Please tell the court what happened next, in the moment after you witnessed the crime.
The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes.
Right, so the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away.
Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that the girl is the murderer. Okay, but if the distance is 9 feet and and he saw bananas, like how? Ooh, speaking of bananas, my contact just fell out. I blinked wrong and it came out. Excuse me for a second. Okay. It got kind of stuck in my eye. Oh no. Contact, please. Here we go. I got it. I'm safe. Okay, is it right? Yeah, it's the right way up. I also have terrible eyesight. There you go. You just got a nice sound clip of me pushing my contact onto my eye and it squeezing the air out and making a really gross noise. I'm sure you're all very excited about that. I'm out here, my fucking eyeball go. Time to question the witness. What a great bit. Fucking squish my eyeball. It's funny. Are you laughing? Are you enjoying the stream? Oh boy. Nah, I'm fine. It's just kind of like I blinked and I guess my eyelid caught my my contact because it was off a little bit, and it just squished it, and it was like squished on my eyeball. I was like, it was gross. It felt bad, and then it fell out. But now I'm fine. It's all good. The girl on the path. She ran away just like that. Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client?
The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit.
This is true, Mr. Wright. I'm striking your question from the record.
How can I get more information out of him? Maybe I give him his glasses. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime.
Immediately, as in
immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach you that at your pitiful school?
You think people learn about how to call the police in college?
Thank you! I've been thinking that the whole time, like, I don't think you understand
what college even is. You're a pretty shitty con man. Hey Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Yeah, don't worry. I know it's not hard to figure it out, lady. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. How do you know what time it was? That detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school.
Hey, pal, I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college.
I don't believe this. It doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time.
What? Why, you're just some lousy kid.
I think the court...
I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond?
One second. It's all dry now. I have my contacts it's gross. I gotta put the drops in. Luckily, I just have all this at my desk, or else I'd have to get up and muck around. Yes, thank you. Become better contact. Ah, there we go. Ooh, that is much better. Fell into my lap and it got mush fingerprints all over it. 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes. So you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m. They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at that time of day. I know, I love germs. Oh, it's fine. My eyes are strong. This is not the first time my contacts fall out. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. I can't find anything out of the ordinary in his testimony. Why don't you take one more look at the court record? Yeah, I guess I should. Yeah. Yeah, Baboosh. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this?
You mean, victim's autopsy report?
According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There's clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap.
The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing the terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed.
15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed.
Mr. Wellington.
Yes?
Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes?
Answer the question. Telephone. Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth?
You mean you don't have a cell phone?
You and your questions, as if you're trying to open up all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone. There. Are you happy?
You lost it?
Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings.
What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm really gonna try. I tried before. I'm not gonna try anymore.
Enough!
Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone?
Nick, that cell phone. Could it be?
Ah!
You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do? Mr. Wellington, is this your cell phone right now?
What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See? Here it is.
Oh, I see.
Looks like he's got his phone. I thought that just maybe this was his.
Ah.
Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for the phone booth.
Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that.
Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright?
Yeah. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone.
How dare you?
You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think.
All right, let's have this proof then. Please, present the proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Blah, 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 blah.
Let's see, is this the right one? Yeah, this is, there it is.
It's quite simple, actually. Please, take a look at this.
At the crime scene photo.
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is very wrong with you.
No! It's a phone booth.
That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you?
What's the phone? Oh.
Well, it's something that exists from 80s movies that aren't around anymore. They made them up for 80s movies so that people couldn't talk to each other. They were invented for Seinfeld to have a plot, because in real life, of course, we all know everyone has cell phones. But in order to create Seinfeld, they created an alternate universe where people didn't have cell phones. And they had to go to these little phone booths so that you could have extended misunderstandings without people immediately clarifying those things by calling each other. Yeah, I think it's actually a sign that they take place in the same universe. Yeah, all those phone booth movies, they take place in the same phone booth cinematic universe. It's a little known fact about the movie making industry, and it's actually a nod to the original Doctor Who.
Yeah, why did reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense?
The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony.
Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else? Was he?
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes?
There is only one possible explanation.
All right, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Ugh, I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility.
Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away?
Well, okay, let's see. We have the... We have the names list from this cell phone. We have this cell phone. We have the glasses. Glasses don't make any sense because even if he had his phone, I mean, it's a numpad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not hard. You can still know the numbers. We have this cell phone and we have the names list. So I'm gonna try the cell phone. I think that's probably it. Perhaps this is the evidence? No. I thought it was just an idea I'd throw out. I suggest that perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence. Yeah, I think probably. Ouch. Okay, maybe it was the... Well, let's look at these pictures. Oh, maybe he was writing the thing. No, that's not it either. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe it was the glasses? No. Oh, it is the glasses. Mr. Wellington. What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Oh yeah, because he was searching for them. But where did you find... Ah! I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body?
Order! Order!
Now, wait a second. Hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that's why it took him 15 minutes to make that call.
Mr. Wright, are you Are you indicting the witness as the real murderer?
Of course. That is precisely what I am doing.
Yeah, we get the music. We get the music.
I know I'm right. He is the real murderer.
Did you figure it out, Nick?
More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot.
Yeah! This is so exciting! Watching you work again?
Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer.
In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer.
Why, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that?
Oh, you mean the name Maggie?
Yeah, even an idiot like you could read that, right?
But we already know that this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggey, and the victim was left-handed.
In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground.
But, wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie, or Maggie E?
That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before the trial.
Ah, I forgot. Was there any way this creep would have known Maggie's name beforehand? It would be best if I could prove the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie.
Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the defense have known the defendant's name?
Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct?
So what if I didn't?
When you realized you had lost it, what did you do?
What did I do?
Didn't you try to find it by calling it?
How did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled, Mr. Wright. Where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder?
I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost cell phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. I'd been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give you this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned her name was Maggie.
But
you made one fatal mistake. Yes, fatal mistake. Blah, 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 blah.
Definitely watch it. Definitely a good excuse to rewatch The Highlander is this Sean Connery voice. I need to lock it in.
My client's name is Maggie, but the way that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded.
Order! Order!
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
But your point is...
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct. I don't have motive.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
can you explain what motive the witness could have had?
It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but
Now then, please present the blah blah blah, the motive.
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here.
What's this? A list.
These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group.
You looked up all those numbers?
Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored on in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artist?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington?
This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're one of those people, just like the cops who did a really honest blah, 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 dialogue with the blah, blah, blah. You're a criminal, just like those horrible cops who raided Little St. James Island.
Like, oh, okay. Whatever you say, bud. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want for you is to tell us what this list is about.
You think any of you know what it's like to be such a refined man as me?
Your Honor, this is an unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Worse than Hitler.
Why would he have this thing? Isn't that obvious? The witness is. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group.
No!
All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill.
No, this is too much.
Yes, that does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain?
I
got you now.
That police officer.
Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
You said that exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
But please, let's think about the content of that phone call.
Yeah. Give it back.
The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this?
If we think about it logically, then it makes sense. And maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
When he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there.
Well then, Mr. Wright. What was this something that didn't agree with the witness?
The baseball glove? Let's see. I mean, he was a police officer? I mean, what I think is that it's obvious that because he's a police officer, he freaked out because he was in his uniform. And if this guy had his phone, then that meant something bad for him. But I don't fucking know I don't know if I have to show him the picture or not, or the profile. I'm gonna show him the profile.
What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
Yeah, good. That made sense to me. That made sense, and I was gonna be like, if this isn't it, I'm gonna be mad.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his policeman uniform.
Bah!
The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry.
He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone.
If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone.
In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone.
Yeah, and he went into a panic. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform.
Dun dun.
Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are...
I'm losing it. Come on, do it again. Oh, he's not going to. Well, hopefully he'll do it again. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education.
What's that supposed to mean?
The evidence. Evidence! That guy is really creeping. All I've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious call group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence?
You want proof this phone is yours?
I already told you earlier. That phone I lost. I've already found it. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton.
What?
It feels good to see you squirm.
Yeah, we do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence.
Your Honor. This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's gotta be. Maybe. This phone has the names and numbers of those in the con group in its memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor.
I don't believe this. What are you talking about? What we are trying to do is determine who that phone belongs to. Who cares about what phone numbers are stored on it? But if you have the same stored numbers, and okay.
The witness is quite right. I'm afraid I have to reject the defense's proposal.
No, that jerk is back to his arrogant, annoying self again. Okay, well, the fingerprints wouldn't fucking last this long, so the fingerprints one is stupid. I got it. We should check for fingerprints.
Fingerprints? I don't think so.
No, fingerprints.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off.
What?
You said there was sand all over it, so... Wiped it?
I wiped it?
Pretty thoroughly, too.
It's oh so much fun watching a third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves.
He's made a complete recovery.
How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here. You see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared.
You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence.
Well, fuck.
Mr. Wellington, I'm arresting you for obstruction of justice
Because you've destroyed evidence relevant to an active investigation. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you.
Where did you finally find your cell phone?
You are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Huh? Oh my god. Now I remember!
Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it.
So that's when.
What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes?
Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free.
I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that?
Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis, and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short.
Where did I go wrong?
Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet.
Who I am?
The court hereby concludes the cross-examination.
If that'll be all, I have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to let it go? Let it go at that? Please wait, Your Honor.
All right, Nick.
I think I may be able to prove it.
Prove it. Prove what, Mr. Wright?
Everything.
Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just gonna badger the witness with more inane questions.
You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright?
Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney.
Please, Your Honor.
Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court.
I only get one shot at this.
If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand?
Yes,
I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh,
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance.
it all comes down to this. It's go time.
Please prepare the one piece of evidence that will explain everything.
I don't know who I am. Are they trying to say that it's my business card? Because they were focusing on like my amnesia and being like, you don't know who you are, figured you out yet. Do I present badge? I guess it's, I don't know what it is, but narratively it sounds like they're pushing me towards the card. Yeah.
Why, thank you, how nice. Here, please have one of mine.
Judge's business card. Added to the court record.
Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to exchange business cards.
Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is
The back of the card.
this card is important because of what is on the back.
You wrote your cell phone number on the back,
But that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
huh? Right now? But court is still in session.
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright?
We are going to call my cell phone now, and then the court will see everything for what it is.
Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ah! What? Why is my phone... And what is with the stupid sounding ringtone?
Mr. Wellington.
Oh, thank you, Drew Jim 1994, for following.
How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone.
No, it can't.
By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain myself any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one.
He's freaking out. I'm not gonna scream that loud. Oh no, he David Carradine'd himself. Oh no!
So, that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington.
He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artists group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Yeah.
Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding.
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally.
Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant Maggie Bird.
Not guilty. We done it. We didn't diddly do it. Banana.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Yeah, we did it.
I knew that the real you would shine through eventually.
Thanks, man. It makes this stuff a whole lot more fun to do the voices. It's, I guess it's sort of my brand. I didn't mean to start doing this, but I had like all these VNs laying around. I'm like, well, I like to do silly voices anyway. And so now here I am, trapped in this in this infinite spiral of goofy voices.
I am so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and I never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has been really nothing but a string of disasters.
That is, pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
Ah, that's right. You were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's good podcast. Like a sort of like it takes the podcast slot, right? You know, you can just sort of tab out.
And I read you a nice story. I read your story like a baby. Say, ooh, once upon a time, Phoenix Wright, very stupid. There was an old wait lap. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having a dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true! That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up.
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm gonna find a new life for myself, starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah. After all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it. I promise.
Yeah, after this case, I'm gonna, even though I normally stream about 4 hours, Drew, since you're new and wouldn't know, but I'm gonna cut it early because this is the first case and I want to be able to do the next one, which I've been told is bad, all in one, or at least closer to all in one, since, you know, these cases get pretty long the further you go in the game.
Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you.
Next one is okay, and it's number 3 that's the bad one. Because I think you were talking about this yesterday. I might have read wrong while I was trying to get through the terrible ending of Danganronpa 1. But yeah, either way, I don't want to like go halfway through it and then be like, oh, gotta stop. Because then that just, it'll fuck up the, then it'll fuck up the pacing of the rest, right? If I end halfway and start a new one, it'll just be a mess.
Thanks. You take care of yourselves too.
We did it.
What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here it goes. So, this might sound bad, but who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's always been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else. I don't think about you at all. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered! This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick. What's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. All right, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick, let's go to our usual burger joint to eat hamburgers in America. Hell yeah. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. Eat these fucking jelly donuts, Ash. Eat your hamburgers. Eat them, Apollo. And that story began on one rainy afternoon, 2 months ago. Oh boy. The end. Reunion and turnabout. It's a baby. I keep seeing this baby child is in the Steam banner for the game. So I keep seeing this little baby, but I have no idea who she is. All right, and it's gonna try and throw me into it, but I'm not gonna let it. Oh, it won't let me pause. Oh no. Nope, it's going away. It's going away, folks. I'm turning it up. There it goes. I didn't see anything. All right. I'm heading out. I'm very hungry because I didn't eat lunch because I'm stupid. So I'm gonna make myself something, and I will see you all tomorrow. Probably for more, whatever it's called, 13 Sentinels. We're getting real deep into the plot of that game. Or actually figuring out what the hell is going on. So, I'll see y'all then. Probably, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I want to play more of that game, because it's so freaking fun. Goodbye, everyone. I will see you tomorrow.